Oh my goodness, guys. I think I am doing it. Hi, everybody. I want to welcome you to my channel, Mom's Free and Mayhem. Um, I am super nervous. I'm sure all of you guys know that because I have said it 15 million times, but I'm here. It is finally up and running and it is going. I want to thank all of you guys for the support and the push and the encouragement, and everything else has just been spectacular that you guys have done for me and, just so many people. So tonight's show is just for you guys to know about me, learn about me, what my channel is going to be about. It's going to be a little bit about kind of everything, parenting, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, all the fun and the mayhem that comes with that, a little bit of conspiracy. Well, probably a lot of conspiracy, as my kids would say. Just like that, stuff like, Antarctica and the ice wall or the Mandela effect, everything else. I am hopefully live. It says live. Can you guys all see me in there? It says it's been live for 2 minutes now. Did you guys catch everything I said? You guys see me now? Oh, Crabbits. Hi, Crabbits. Does everyone just need to refresh? Oh, you guys all see me. Can you hear me? Can you guys see everything? I know I just had like a random awkward moment of silence. I am live and I'm good on YouTube and everywhere else. So, did you guys catch everything I said in the beginning? So basically, I am here with my channel, Mom's Mystery and Mayhem. I'm very excited, very nervous, and I just want to start off by saying thank you for all the support that everyone has given me. I mean, if it wasn't for Lou pushing me in that direction when we first met, I mean, I wouldn't be here today. So, Lou, I want to thank you for pushing me, getting me out there, being comfortable in my own skin, um, and start my own channel. You know, it's I'm still nervous. I'm, sweaty and, all that fun stuff. But we're here. And I just want to appreciate everyone. So what this channel is going to be like is everything. Um except I really won't get into politics too much unless there's really something that's kind of out there, maybe like a conspiracy like the JFK shooting and, you know, stuff like that. Um, but other than that, it's just going to be a whole smorgasbord of whatever's out there. Um, I do have an email address that I set up that you guys can send your stories or anything that you would want me to research or look up that you would think would be fun. And I just posted that down in the comments for you. Um, and I just hope you guys all enjoy it. It's going to be a little bit of everything. I got my mayhem on top. I got my mom on the bottom, rocking my slippers and my PJs, and I'm full of conspiracy. So we are here. We are ready to party. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys have fun, and I hope I do what I need to do and keep you guys all entertained. Um, Honestly, it's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but we're here. 2025 has started off with a big bang, and that's about it. I love my pajama pants, Leah. They will always 90% of the time either be on or leggings, because let's face it, I live at home. So that's what I have, and that's what I love. Um, so I hope you guys enjoy everything that I do. I do have a show lined up for Tuesday evening with someone who Lou um, will know, my friend Jesse, who was Lou's co host prior to me being there. Um, I feel like my sound went out or it sounds different. Um, so yeah, JC, most people would say that as well. Very comfortable that way. So my friend Jesse is going to come on Tuesday evening, and he's going to give us a laydown on things that I have no idea the first thing about, which I'm assuming is coming, which is cryptocurrency. He's going to talk all about that, maybe some conspiracies that are out there currently, and just anything that you guys, would like to talk about. Yes, I dear. Yes, Lou, Jesse is going to be on. He's going in for, some surgery the end of the week. So he was one of the big pushers because I definitely wanted him on to talk about crypto, because I feel like it is going to start taking off and I don't know the first thing about it. And I think that would just be a fun topic for everyone to talk to. Um, and we'll just take it from there. I do have some other topics lined up, like the Mandela effect, which I am super excited for. Um, and I will just see where it goes from there. There's lots of things that I am interested in, like flat Earth. Yes, I'm a flat earther. Um, God, kindness. We'll cover everything, and what I do. So I'm basically a stay-at-home mom of three up in the Boston area. Um, and I have a dog. I have three kids. My oldest is 19. My middle just turned 14. And I have a 10-year-old who will be 11 in March. Um, it's a bit of a crazy scenario where the ages are all over the place. And my girls share a room. So that fighting has been absolutely insane the last few months. I don't even know where to begin. It's overwhelming. I did have a bit of a breakdown today, some tears and a little frustration, but we're here. And I made it. So, you know, just wanted to let you guys all know that it's not going to be a huge long show tonight. I am still learning the ins and out of Rumble. I tried to download a few videos into Rumble Studio, and they're just not currently working. So we will have to see all of that stuff. Um, I see unsaved bots in there. Hey, girl, I miss you. Sean and Joe and JC and Leah and Rob and I can't even believe the support that's in here. It's overwhelming. And again, I just want to appreciate you guys and I hope you enjoy what's coming up. So I may have one surprise for you this evening. Um, but I have to do one thing first. Um, but like I said, yeah, we're going to talk Tuesday about XRP. There were a few things Jesse wanted to talk about. Um, just give me 1 second because apparently I don't know how to multitask here. There we go. So there's that. She's in all the streams from our crew. Yes, Lou, I definitely need your help. And now that you have been booted from X for the next 6 days, I'm sure you will have plenty of free time after that farm of yours. There's an Aunt Paula. Hi, Aunt Paula. I appreciate all your support and your love. Um, yeah. So that's basically all about me. If you guys have any questions, if you want to put them in the chat, I'll answer them for you if I can or choose to. Um, yeah, Lou was kicked off X on SafeBot. He was running his mouth again. You know, just can't help himself. So, how was everyone's kickoff to the year? Is there anything you're excited to talk about? Are there any conspiracy theories or topics that you guys would love? Again, I have my email address that UnsafeBot put up in the comments for me. Oh, Leah, I am not angelic. I I wouldn't say that. But I appreciate your love and support. Leah's been pushing me in the back too, giving me all sorts of little pep talks to keep me going. Um, and that was it, and here we are. I do plan on asking you guys at the close of our shows, what topics and stuff that you would like, and I'm going to write them down and maybe put them in a hat and pick them out of the hat that way, and we'll see how that goes with everybody. We are one big fam. But we'll see how it all goes, and hopefully it will be a wonderful show. Oh, and the Boston sense, yeah. I got quite the thick accent up here because we do park our cars. You know what I'm saying? And look,
Where has the volume gone?
I hear you.
My goodness, Gina, can you hear me?
I can.
I can't hear anybody. It's this damn Rumble Studio. Wait, so what do you mean stream has expired? This is why we don't do Rumble Studio. Literally, there's no volume.
Are we live? Stream expired. They said, "Oh my God, that beard again." Can you guys see us and hear us?
Stream has expired on the top here. What a weird
Sean's
thing.
Canadian
There's
internet
no
hard
volume
at
at all.
work
I
again.
can't even hear it. But you got a good audience. My goodness.
I can hear you.
Anyways, I can't hear Gina. I can't even hear myself. But I have dressed appropriately, unlike Gina. I am dressed as a Yeti for the conspiracy show. And I don't know. I'm gonna try and fix this because this is, this is not working right because it's Rumble Studio. So like a Yeti, I'm just gonna disappear.
Oh, and there he goes. So all you guys know Mr. Sean there. I met Sean through Chris. So on Lose Views, Chris wandered into our chat and our channel and just became one of us. And we embraced him and we loved him. And he came on our show a few times. And I got to be introduced to Sean, who's fun, crazy, out of the box. He makes, tough subjects in the news a little more bearable to stomach and listen to. And I've been on his show. And from there, I found Handy's wonderful channel where they've embraced me and loved me in their comments. And every Thursday night over there, we get to have a whole fun of array of different YouTubers and podcasters and pilled people. And it's just wonderful. And I see Cass in there, and she is amazing from over there. And again, I can't thank you guys enough of all the love and support that you guys just are just so wonderful. It's sometimes overwhelming, and like I said, I had a moment today, and before I came on, I was like, I need to go in the bathroom and throw some water on my face and just breathe and relax, throw some mascara on, put my big girl panties on, and just hit the ground running. And here we are. And I don't understand why it says my stream expired. Do any of you Rumble friends know why I have the live count up? And then next to it, it has like a triangle with an exclamation point that says stream expired. I don't know what that means. So we're just going to sit there and maybe have a little, some crickets. So we did have a spotting of the Yeti. The Yeti had, Canadian internet issues. So he is probably trying to get that back up and running. Rumble gonna rumble. All right. We will give that a we're here. All right, Kravitz. If you guys would kindly like, subscribe, and share. So I don't have a set schedule yet of when I'm going to go live. But make sure to hit those notifications, because there are some days that I may just hop on if, I'm having a day, or I went to the store, or I saw something funny. I may just hop on and do a quick live, or, if the world suddenly ends and the dome collapses because Elon tried to shoot another rocket through it, you never know. We might have to go on. But yeah, it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a great year. And I'm glad to share it all with you guys. Does anyone have any other questions for me as well? Yeah, my Rumble app is always glitchy. I'm always having to close it and reopen it, and it's a nightmare. And then I get distracted. I'll like close it, put my phone down for 2 seconds, and then like randomly walk away to like maybe fill up my water. And then I'm like, oh my God, I was in somebody's stream commenting, and then I forget and have to hop back on. So it's quite the app. I mean, I am still partial and in love with YouTube. I just like it better. I like the feel of it better, but it just seems as though that your freedom of speech isn't so free over there, even though I'm not really doing anything controversial just yet. But you never know what some of those conspiracy theories can get you into some trouble. And with more conspiracy talk, we have a Yeti in the house. Oh, I can't hear you.
You solved the first mystery.
Aha, I can hear you now.
Solved the first mystery. I'm not going to tell you how I fixed it, because it was my fault. It was the Rumble Studio, but also my fault. Hello, chat. How is everybody doing? Most of you, I know. Some of you, I don't. And the ones that I don't, I'm glad you guys are here to support Gina and all of that. Her very first stream all by herself. I am the emotional support Yeti. Because doing your very first stream all by yourself is it's difficult. The very first stream I did had like 1,000 people in it. It was terrible. Yeah.
It is very overwhelming, because when you have that moment of pause, you don't know what to kind of do, because everyone else is listening to that pause too. And you're like, oh no, I got to say something.
Yeah. 32 people. That's a good amount of people to have on your very first stream. That's twice as much as I had watching me yesterday. So you are doing amazing already off the bat.
It is very nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. Like I said, the support that guys, Sean's in my DMs all the time. Surprise, surprise, right? But
Yeah.
it is, hey, how you doing? You need any help? How's it going? Are we going to get there yet? What, and, Lou in the background, Gina, you're going to be fine. You can do it. Been on with me for hundreds of shows. Like, let's go. So the support and the love and the kindness. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to dive deep into some really crazy conspiracies. And I hope you guys all have fun with me.
Like which ones?
Okay, so
How do you,
I'm really super interested in the Mandela effects because they make me feel a little bit crazy, but a little bit not so crazy, you know?
I'll never be convinced that Sinbad didn't play. Was it Sinbad or whatever?
Shazam.
Or yeah,
Yeah,
Shazam. He totally did.
he
I remember it.
100% did. And
I'm pretty sure it had the
Guy,
VHS.
the Monopoly guy with the Chronicle, or Curious George had a tail.
A, a monocle, and I thought it
A
was it
monocle.
Mr. It was Mr. Peanut had it. Who had it?
Both
Somebody
of
had it.
them.
Yeah, and
Or the Fruit of the Loom logo. We're
Pikachu
saying the
doesn't have black on
cornucopia.
his tail. I've distinctly. You know what? That cornucopia, I swear to God, that cornucopia was there. It's even there in the patent. Somebody
Yeah.
did some kind of, I don't know, refresh, some like I don't know, something to the simulation that we live in, and I don't think it entirely got cleared.
So here is just a couple that I found, like Looney Tunes and Pikachu, like you said, and those dang Fruit Loops. I'm telling you, they used to say the word fruit.
No, they never did.
Oh, see, I remember it that it said fruit.
Well,
But
I never,
here we are.
never, the Berenstain or Berenstein. I mean, there's all
The
kinds of things.
Bearstein Bears. Yep. Curious George with a tail or no tail. We're going to dive into a lot of those.
He hung from a tree. He's got a tail. Doesn't he got a tail?
No, they're saying he never had a tail.
Oh. He was just in a movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, Curious
He
George
saved
had a
the
movie.
day.
Yeah, Curious
Yeah,
George
and I
saved
thought
the
he had
day.
a tail.
Yeah,
Also,
not
I want
anymore.
to point out. I want to point out that the moment I come on, you lose half your audience.
What are you talking about?
I watch the numbers obsessively. It's what I do.
Oh, where do you? Oh, I didn't even see them up top.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to just see them all the time. Thank you, Sean.
That's why I don't like to stream to StreamYard to YouTube, because the numbers are right there, big in your face, and it freaks me out. Yeah. I always
We're
look at
also
it,
going
I
to talk
stare at it.
about the Yeti. If you guys think he's real or not, or the Loch Ness
I'm
monster.
right here.
Right there.
I'm obviously
Straight
real.
from Canada, guys. Live on my stream.
What about what about things like the Bermuda Triangle? That's always
yeah.
fun.
We're going to dive into that. We're going to dive into the blue ice at Antarctica, the pyramids, a lot of their, writing and history is the same from Brazil over to Syria, over to Japan. They're everywhere, and they all have pretty much in detail the same history, the same cave writing paintings, the same stories, and it's very curious.
Scott wants to know, what do Yetis eat? We don't eat anything. You know what we don't eat is gluten-free bread. We've started making that, and that's fucking disgusting.
So there are some good recipes that you just have to find it. So if you guys don't know,
No, you can't, because rice flour is gay. It's gay. You can't with in here. And here, what we've done is gone from conspiracy theories to moms, and just like that, it's not the thing. Rice flour is gay. You can't make rice flour good. In fact, I've now discovered it is the gluten that makes bread worth eating.
Are they truly gluten intolerant? Because I have friends that are gluten intolerant here, but if they go over to Greece or Italy, they can eat all the pasta and bread that they want.
Well, I don't know. We're doing an experiment. I'm doing an experiment.
So you got to get good, organic, clean flour. And when you make it at home, the gluten is different. You got to give it time to relax, and it's fresh, and there's ways.
Also, while we're doing this food thing, listen, I was scouring for assets to make your goddamn fucking intro, and listen, I discovered that if you leave an ice cream sandwich out,
it doesn't melt.
It doesn't melt.
No.
Has blown my mind. I'm gonna have to waste an ice cream sandwich, and see if we do that, if we have that same level of chicanery in the Great White North.
Yeah. So now the drumstick ones with the cones and the chocolate on the top, those don't melt either.
I do like those.
Make your own ice cream. It's like 3 ingredients.
We just got a bread maker to make our own bread. What more do you want from me?
No, it'll be a good one though for the kids because you literally put it in like a Ziploc bag in another Ziploc bag with ice and salt in it and just let them shake it. Or another container in another container with ice around it and let them shake it. So they can make their own ice cream.
They're not shaking a goddamn thing. I'm not letting them happen because they're going to tear that bag open like a fucking pack of rabid wolverines, and then before you know it, like that ice cream will never have stood a chance. Just saying.
It would be fun though.
Yeah, I don't know. But what about the Mothman?
The Mothman. Mothman is
Yeah.
pretty scary. That's kind of right up
that's
there
spooky.
with Skinwalkers. I am obsessed with Skinwalker Ranch. And the other night, I'm going to have to, hang my head in shame. I totally blew off Sean, guys. He was supposed to help me learn another system, and
OBS.
I sat
I was gonna
down.
teach her OBS.
I took my edible to relax. I had my
And this is not
shower.
the
I
kind
was
of blowing
warm.
off I like.
And I was toasty, and I sat down on my bed, and I caught a glimpse of Blind Frog Ranch, which is also another huge conspiracy. That is right next to Skinwalker Ranch. And there was a whole new season, and I got dragged into it. And then Sean messaged me at 11:30 and was like, "Psst, did you die?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, I'm an idiot."
It's like midnight. It's like midnight. She's like, "Oh, I'll fire up the laptop." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm going to bed." And what kind of human has to fire up a laptop? It should already be on.
I boot it down. I turn it off. I unplug it and I let it breathe.
Down. You let
Yeah,
it
I need a
breathe?
boot down. Yeah. I unplug it so it's not constantly plugged in, so the battery drains, and then I charge it. But I shut it down at night, just like I turn my phone off and on too. Every day I power it off and power it back on.
Oh my God.
You don't do that? You're supposed to.
No.
It like shuts it down, disconnects it from everything, and then refires everything, and you have less glitches. I worked for AT&T. I was the AT&T girl for a while.
See, Leah says that her phone is always on, and that's because Leah
Girl.
is a smart girl. All the book smarts that she has. Okay, what about I don't know. What else is out there? That's a good mystery. What we said pyramids. What about those funny lines in the desert, the Nazca lines? Huh?
Nazca lines. I don't know that one.
Okay, so all right, we're
No,
chat.
but
We're gonna
this
have to
is
drag her through. We're gonna have to drag her through all of these
yeah.
things.
So
What
that's
about
something you can email me, and I can look into it, and that would be fun. But definitely like the crop circles and aliens, and now with like the drones and stuff, it kind of ties in. Like I personally, I mean, and it's out there. We have never been to the moon. There is just no possible way. Even if there is no firmament and no dome, it's physically impossible to get there. You would melt and then freeze. You would freeze and then melt.
Here's an interesting one. And it's kind of creepy. It's quite possible it has the most boring conclusion to it. But it's also possible that something wild happened. The disappearance of the Mary Celeste.
Is that a ship or a plane?
Yes.
The ship.
Yeah. In 1872, there was a ship called the Mary Celeste, and it was found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean with its cargo perfectly intact. There was no crew. Everyone was just gone.
They just vanished?
Just gone.
And where? What was the location? Did they travel through like the Bermuda Triangle, or between Alaska. Have you ever looked at the map? Like under the water, we'll have to do one on that. If you look under the water, like
Really?
on Google Maps, it looks like a
Okay.
giant head of a snake under the water.
Interesting. There's a lot of weird thing. You know what? Actually, you know what would be also a great episode? Maybe the chat will be interested in such a thing. Is the weird shit you can see on Google Earth.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, the Google car was driving along and there's some hooker sucking some guy off and down a fucking alleyway, because you can see that all the time. Okay, I'm talking about like you like fucking like Loch Ness monster shit. You're like, oh, there's Nessie, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Also, Loch Ness monster is a lovely one. I've done actually a few standalone videos on Nessie.
On
One of them
Nessie?
actually, yeah, one of them actually got a comment on YouTube from the Loch Ness monster fucking authority group or whatever. I was like, they're like, this is actually a really fun video. Thanks for making it. And I was like, that's lovely. I think it tickles me right underneath how happy they were about my stupid little video about it. But yeah, they were trying to like do this other technology and they found something. Of course, they find something, but we'll never know what that is. They just leave it hanging.
That's
Yeah, so
fun.
the disappearance of the Mary Celeste, that's a good one. Or the Voynich manuscript, and you're like, oh, what is that? Well, that is an illustrated codex. It's handwritten in an unknown writing system, carbon dated to the early 15th century, and it's filled with botanical, astronomical, and biological illustrations that no one can fully interpret.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot of
love all this
weird
stuff.
shit out there.
This stuff just absolutely fascinates me. But you guys, I gotta do it. It's 64 cents. I am gonna do my absolute first ad read. So Sean may have to walk me through this, but I'm assuming I just click continue.
Yes, also here, pro tip,
Oh, yeah.
don't be funny,
Nope.
just read the words and be pleasant.
Okay.
If you start making jokes, they'll start fucking cutting you off and denying it. So just even though they say some shit like, "Did you know there's Russian ships off the coast of Florida?" Yeah, that was like fucking 8 months ago. Why am I still reading that in your fucking ad read?
Oh, that's funny.
So
Oh
you
no.
just read the words as best as you can and be pleasant, and then you'll get your money. So that's what
Well,
I've learned.
I lost the ad read because I said ad read and I think somebody left.
Oh, that happens. It fluctuates. You'll
Yeah,
get it
so
back.
we'll just wait again. Um,
You'll get it back.
we'll get
Everybody
it.
open 6 tabs. Everyone do it.
6 or 4 or 12. But yeah, no, I'm super, super stoked. I mean, there are so many things. And yeah, if you like, I was just reading, wrote it, but Blind Frog Ranch. Yeah, that one is super fun. It's like they went there for like find gold on the ranch. But every time they went to go like do something, their equipment would fail, or their walkie talkies wouldn't work, or somebody would get sick or have a heart attack, and they'd like all over their ranch, they would just find different things. And then they have the lights over the sky, and their property like abuts right next to like Skinwalker Ranch, which skinwalkers are absolutely terrifying. Like, never want to encounter one. Yeah, it that will be a fun one.
Is that like a little Asian girl that walks on your back?
Oh, I wish. But no, a skinwalker is supposedly a spirit of an ancient ancestor, usually Native American,
Oh,
that
those my
can
people.
shapeshift into different creatures. And if you
Oh,
see one, it usually means death is like right around the corner, or like it's terrifying. But they
oh.
literally like people see them as wolves a lot, and they like it's creepy.
All right, okay. So here,
At Bunny Ranch.
I'm just gonna be the dick for a minute. Is it possible that they just have a wolf problem?
No. No. And I'll explain
Okay,
it in that
sure.
episode.
And this is what the point of this channel will be to educate stupid people like me. We'll say,
Yeah,
well, if
it's
you
not
see wolves,
stupid.
doesn't that mean you just have wolves?
No, Skinwalker's a whole nother level.
What if why can't they be an elephant? Why does it have to be a wolf? Why does it have to be the most logical, reasonable animal that's naturally there? Why can't it be a
Well,
giraffe? That would
because you have to go back to the Native Americans. What did they worship? What was
eagles.
around them?
What are a
Yeah,
7-foot
that's
harpy
good though.
eagle? What about that? Caw!
Yeah, chupacabras. Yep. But I don't know if
Yeah, St.
anybody
Travis
knows, which
knows
would
what's
be
up.
also fun, but actually in Massachusetts, we have our own Bermuda-like triangle. It's pretty cool. And we have
Dude,
like the
people
Lizzie
disappear
Borden
from plane,
house
boat.
and ghost hunting. I love ghost hunting, which I actually spoke to Duh over on Handy's channel, and they're so into all that ghost hunting stuff. Like he makes equipment and stuff for it too.
Then maybe when you're doing an episode of your show, have him on and he'll explain how to make ghost hunting equipment. See, there's so
Yeah,
much content. You're drowning.
so much stuff.
You and your 3-foot frame, you're gonna be drowning in content.
Hey, at least give me like 3'2", a little bit taller.
Yeah. Also, you said digging for gold. What about the Oak Island money pit? You know Oak Island? Jay knows
Oak
Oak
Island?
Island. If he doesn't, yeah. If Jay doesn't know Oak Island,
DJ
then
knows
he's
I'm
fired as a
4'11",
Canadian.
and I believe in flat Earth,
Yes. This,
and I bake my own bread. Oh, you know what I made the
oh,
other day for the first time? I made pita pockets.
okay. That's
They were
like
really
real
yummy.
ones.
Yeah,
Well, that's nice.
yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, Chris
And
has friends that have a
Jay
grocery
says
list?
wolves are super smart. Well, they did become they were so super smart that they became
Pedophiles.
chihuahuas.
Oh, Lear,
Yeah.
it was so good. They came out and I spread a little bit of butter and sprinkled some Celtic salt on top. Yeah, you got to spread it and then butter it and then put it in your
I'm not gonna be
mouth.
able to. I'm not gonna be able to handle streaming with you on a regular basis. I just know it. So the Oak Island money pit. It's in Nova Scotia, eh?
Nova
Um,
Scotia.
yeah, and it's basically pirates. Arr, you're gonna bury your treasure here, and they're like, yes, we are. And then all of this treasure is on this little island called the Oak Island, and so they're like, hey, we're gonna go fetch this treasure, and all they find is booby traps and shit. They're like, well, if somebody put booby
See
traps here, the treasure is somewhere, and so then you got
that?
crews are like digging the fuck out of this island, and all they're doing is like destroying the island. But they're like,
Uh,
oh no, we got booby trapped, and it's like
yeah,
weird, fucking
see
like ancient booby traps. It's kind of weird.
all that stuff. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, one of my favorite
Chris
movies
says
are.
ad read.
Oh, okay. Try it again. What side, left or right?
Whichever one you probably put it on my face. Yeah, baby, put it on my
So
face.
that would
Yeah.
be left, right?
Just
We'll give it a shot. We'll pick one.
just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. If you are looking for a great place online for news, discussion, and entertainment, then check out Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media website. You'll get breaking news stories and commentary from top media figures. If you want to see Trump's legendary Truth Social posts, then get on Truth Social today. Join a growing community of patriots on a free speech platform designed to avoid censorship and cancellations by big tech. Make sure your voice is heard. Join the movement today. Join Truth Social.
Yes, and so now what you'll do is sometime at the end of that, it'll have like a link or whatever. You put that link in the description of the video.
Okay.
So, you know, put all your shit for your video and then put the description. I'm terrible at that. But that's my rule is I can do ads, or you can send me super chats and I just won't do ads.
I do have a go to my thing. I don't know. JC, I have to send you. I made you, and I haven't seen Cine K yet. But I made Cine K a mod, and Sean's a mod, and JC's a mod.
Why'd you make Jay a mod? What the fuck did he
'Cause
do? He's a
he
good mod.
always just says hi and all
He's a bro.
sorts of
He's a good
fun
bro.
things. He's a good like cheerleader.
Mhm.
And he's really good at engaging and getting people to engage. Yeah, Cass, where's Cine? Yeah. Or I have my Venmo there, or you can subscribe to my channel, or I think you can do Rumble rants.
I don't know. Cindy didn't come to my show last night either. Maybe there's something's going on with Cindy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
hopefully she's okay. Ooh, Cass, I'll definitely add you. I don't know if I can do it during the show.
Or what about the lost colony of Roanoke?
Roanoke.
Is that how it's pronounced? Roanoke?
Roanoke? That sounds definitely Native American. No.
Roanoke. So anyway, in 1587, a group of English settlers on Roanoke Island in North Carolina vanished, leaving behind only the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Theories over what happened range from integration with local Native American tribes to more fantastical explanations. The mystery of their disappearance continues to fascinate. So more people just vanished.
Just disappear. I mean, I always wondered what it would be like just to disappear. It's like that movie where oh my god, who's the funny guy from like Step Brothers? Curly hair. He did that movie where like he went into like the tunnels and they had this little machine, and then they like went through a tunnel and it dropped him in this place and there was like a monkey. Oh my god. I can't think of it. Someone out there has to know.
Or the dancing plague of 1518.
Will Ferrell. Yes, Will Ferrell was in it. The what? People what? The plague? There was another plague?
The dancing plague.
What is the dancing plague?
I suspect.
Did everyone do the hokey pokey and they just fell down and never got back up?
The dancing plague of 1518 in Strasbourg, people danced uncontrollably for days, with some even dying from exhaustion. This bizarre event isn't tied to any particular conspiracy, but it raises questions about mass hysteria, psychological phenomenon, and even fungal infections like erotism. That could be an interesting episode for you. So many ideas.
Land of the Lost. I love that. Yeah. There's so many. Like, do you ever follow like
John C. Reilly's based.
John C. Reilly?
I like John C. Reilly.
Yeah. You've never seen The Land of the Lost?
Like the original one I have.
It's pretty fun. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff like The Legends of Doll Island, which is creepy. That one's quite fascinating as well.
What about the Hollow Earth theory?
Well, with flat Earth, you do have to wonder about Hollow Earth.
I don't know. Hollow Earth or the Philadelphia experiment?
I don't know which one that one is.
Allegedly, in 1943, the U.S. Navy made a ship, the USS Eldridge, invisible to enemy detection through an electromagnetic field experiment, which supposedly not only made the ship disappear, but also caused time travel and teleportation. Well, they say it's largely debunked. The story persists in the realm of the of high weirdness.
See, they're
'Cause
not really
if you put
debunked.
that
The
listen,
government
if you put
pushes the
that
debunked.
well, yes, it does. I'm saying if you take this largely debunked, but then also the Malaysian airplane that allegedly disappeared with the fucking orbs orbiting it. I don't know. Maybe this was the precursor to that. Huh?
See? Then we'll connect the dots like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, were they real or were they not? Were they as far back as they say, or were they right behind us?
I
Truth is
don't know.
out there somewhere. I just have to find those like 18 to early 1900s encyclopedia things, those books. I used to have those all in my basement
Interesting.
when we didn't have the
You would have a
internet,
encyclopedia.
Sean, because we're older than Google. When we had to go to the library to read and find things.
When you say that I'm older than Google, while I do agree, and that is technically factually true, I am so offended. Never before have I been so offended by the truth.
We are literally older than the internet.
Oh my god, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm older than. What else are we older than? I don't know. Are we older than the VCR? When did that come out?
I don't know.
Betamax? Am I
That
older
could
than
be another.
Betamax?
Look, guys, hold on a second. I should be writing these down, like pick somebody's like birth year and then do everything like what you're older than. What came out before and after you?
Oh my god, that's the mom portion of this show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who still has high school binders?
A mom who has a child and one in middle school and going into high school.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then, oh, do you remember these? Guys, you have to remember these things. Do we remember these?
What are those?
These are for your
Stickers?
3-hole punch that you put over your papers.
Oh, if you fuck it up. Or to prevent it from being fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. But right now, this binder, I don't know if he's still in there, Mr. Robert, but these are all my notes. Because if you guys don't know yet, I am actually working for/with Robert and his delivery company. That has been fun.
Like a weird matchmaker, I made me a match.
Yeah. Yeah,
What about
Robert.
this?
All right, guys. So we're going to throw out some topics. So like I was saying, and I don't know if you guys heard me in the beginning of the show, but I was thinking, and this is always up for change or new suggestions or anything like that, of stuff that entices you, stuff that excites you, stuff that you guys want to learn. And what you guys can do is give me some ideas. We'll throw them all together. You can put them in a little hat or one of those little spinner app things that I can download on the computer, and it'll pick a topic that we can talk about.
The grandfather paradox.
The grandfather paradox?
One of the most famous dilemmas in time travel theory.
Grandfather. So is that your topic?
No,
What is your topic?
I don't know. Yetis or something. It asks what would happen if you went back in time and killed your own grandfather before your parent was born. Would you cease to exist, or would some form of time correction occur? This paradox questions the consistency of timelines and causality. Oh boy.
Well, see, if you went back in time, so if I had a time machine and went back in time and then said, I should just change that. Can I go back in time and change that? You can't. Can't do it.
Maybe.
Futurama solved that one, Sean.
Because the Novikov self-consistency principle.
Isn't it JC's birthday?
Tomorrow. He'll be 50. He'll be 50. No longer in the same decade as you, Jay. no longer in the
Happy
same
birthday
decade as you.
to
Um,
you. Happy
I guess we're
birthday
doing
to you. Happy birthday, Mr. JC. Happy birthday to you.
He's gonna be so erect right now, you don't even know.
Happy birthday. That's all I got for you. Leah.
Yeah, so the Novikov self-consistency principle proposed by physicist Igor Nikakov. His principle suggests that any actions taken by a time traveler were always a part of history, hence preventing the paradoxes. If you attempt to change the past, your actions would be a part of what has already happened, ensuring that you cannot create a paradox. Crazy. So those two contradict one another.
You said that all in one
Wow.
breath. That was impressive.
I can do many things in one breath.
That's what the Yeti said. Erotic ASMR birthday song. So, yes. It's going to be fun.
I really wish Rumble would make us into little boxes, like just little
See,
boxes instead of having my giant Yeti face. All
StreamYard is my
self-conscious.
absolute
My eyes.
favorite. I need to get myself it kind of from here, you kind of look like Lilo every so often. But
Like a gay little alien? What the?
yeah, you know
No.
Lilo? Yeah. Ohana.
Lilo was the Hawaiian girl.
Yeah, Stitch. You look like Stitch.
I don't know, I guess.
Ohana means
I don't know about
family.
fucking-
Nobody gets left behind.
my little
Leah,
ears.
don't be choking on your food, girl. We need you.
What? At least she's choking on food. Well, I'm just saying her firefighter boyfriend walks in from a hard day of fighting fires and then she's anyways. This is a kid's show. I can't talk like that.
Yeah, there should be like an after dark one.
Oh God.
Bring out all the wild conspiracies there, like
what would we even
like
talk
the
about on the
tunnels
after
underneath
dark
the Playboy
version of this?
Mansion. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. She's slobbing on the knob.
Funny, you guys fucking like, oh, Sean did a Canadian, and I'm like, what? And you're like, idea.
Idea. I have an idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Idea.
I'm on to you.
Dun dun dun. It looks like your Yeti is flossing its tooth. Do you not see that out of your eye?
What?
There's like a string.
You know.
It looked like you were flossing.
Well, I'm a very clean Yeti.
Chris's wife is shaking her head at what you said.
Which part? Wait,
All
is
of it,
Mrs. Mayhem
probably.
around? Oh, hello, Mrs. Mayhem. Do you know how long I've wanted to talk to you? Like, how long have I known Chris? That's how long.
Oh, JC Chris, that Chris. No, I'm not Mrs. Mayhem.
Oh.
Corinne. How do you pronounce Karen?
Oh, Karen. Oh, Karen is shaking her head at me. Well, listen, Karen, that's nothing new. It's nothing new. Although it is your husband's 50th birthday tomorrow, maybe, I don't know, just maybe one pee-pee touch.
Womp womp.
A sound like that, that's going to be more than one pee-pee touch. I'm just saying.
Her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Yeah, they got the same birthday.
That is crazy. It is crazy when you find someone that's close or on your birthday.
Now, you know what? I bet once upon a time, Jay and Karen were probably all like, "Oh my god, we have the same birthday," but that shit gets fucking old fast. That was probably that Jay, tell me if this is the truth. That shit was probably old for at the 5 years in. You're probably like, "Yeah, I just want my own day. I don't wanna have to share it with somebody, share it with my life partner for the rest of my life. Never, as long as I live again, will I have my own birthday, unless I kill her." And she's probably thinking the same thing.
He said, very, very true.
Of course he did, because I know what's up. Although Karen is a sweetie. I do love Karen.
That's like me and my kids.
One time for my birthday, her and Jay, actually, they sent me pizza, and they're in BC.
That's so fun.
Salt of the earth people.
That's awesome.
Not a word of a lie. Yeah, they're beautiful people. I genuinely love them both.
It's amazing from when I first started just modding for a YouTube channel, and then Lou asking me to help him with his channel modding, to being on his show, to having my own show, and everybody that I have met in between that has been phenomenal. January 11th, Leah, that's my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, there's some birthday thing, like birthday mystery about
And mine is
having.
July 8th, a month before yours.
Mine is July 7th.
Leah's is August 8th. You're a day before me,
I know it's weird, eh?
which is crazy. You're
know.
older.
Yes. Yes, I am. Which means I'm wiser. Or something
Maybe.
like that. Right. So, I think we've covered. I think we've covered quite thoroughly the conspiracy, the mystery, the investigations, the intriguing part of what you're going to present to the boys and girls. But let's talk about moms. What's the mom's part of it? Sure, we've talked about bread and spreading tortillas and then doing it all in
Yes.
one breath, which I can absolutely do.
Yes.
What else is there for moms? And what if you're
So
not a mom? What if what if you're a dad? Two, what if you're not a parent at all?
you've either done it, seen it, or watched it. So you've even done the parenting thing and your kids are gone. You're either going through it currently, or you have friends or family members that have children and help raised or viewed or babysat or done something.
What if you're a
So
Yeti in a cave and you've done none of it?
none of it. Well, then you can just come for the joy and the laughter and the craziness that comes with that. So that will go over all sorts of things. We'll go over, healthy, clean eating. We'll go over the crazy, insane ways that they now do Common Core math in 5th grade, which is absolutely insane. We'll talk about homeworks and meltdowns, and during certain holidays, we'll talk about maybe what toys are hot that year and, what's fun, what's worth it. We'll talk about the meltdowns when you take away things and how to raise your kids the correct or, all sorts of ways. And like I was saying to, you know, Sean and Chris earlier and my husband and even my kids, like, huge breakdown today. My girls are 14 and almost 11, and they share a room. I have one in middle school going to high school and one in 5th grade going into middle school. And it is brutal and the fighting is insane. And then I have a son who's almost 19 and a half, he's 19 and a half, almost 20, who is a welder, who is up and at him at 5:30 every morning, goes to work. Great kid, but also is a type 1 diabetic. So we can also talk about, the ups and downs of, different ailments that can arise or be tough or, just needing support to talk about, which can also tie into more mommy things like calling the insurance company every month because they say, "Do you really need insulin still?" Like, listen, lady, you'd be the first to know if there was a cure for diabetes, and I wouldn't be calling you for insulin if he didn't need it. So it'll be all of that crazy, mad mess and venting and support and fun. And you'll learn all sorts of things, like my little one who's now 10 had open heart surgery when she was 5 years old.
Scott wants to know if he welds in a hot dog suit.
That would be interesting. I feel like it
That'd
would
be
be very flammable.
listen, Scott. As somebody who was professionally set on fire for a long time, that would just be terrible.
It would be terrible. He's got
Yeah,
this
my
really nice like bib vest overall, looks like an apron for like in my kitchen. That one of his aunts
is
gave him
brown.
for
Is it
Christmas.
brown
He,
and that made out of heavy leather.
yeah, absolutely stunning, and he wears that all day long, and when he comes home on those, like, this summer, whoo, there were some days he came home and he looked like death, and I'm like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Mhm." I'm like, "How hot was it today?" It reached 117 in the shop," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
What is 117?
Oh, that's a
Goddamn.
great question. See, that's when you say, "Hey, Siri." And my phone's not gonna listen, so
You can't shout, "Hey Siri."
why
Into
not?
because do you know how many Siris are turning on right now?
I
Like, I
don't
mean, you
know if
can't
that
you
would
can't
work.
just be out here going, "Hey, Google." You can't do that because then all of a sudden people's Googles are gonna turn on.
Hey,
"Oh my god, I
Google,
just turned mine on."
17
Yeah, I would weld in 55 degrees Celsius heat.
Celsius. That would be 107 degrees Fahrenheit is 47.2 degrees Celsius. So 42 degrees. I mean 47.
Yeah, if you've got a few more degrees to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cindy K. My love, do you notice what you have? We were all worried about you.
Oh, I see Cindy K comes to your stream, but not mine. Huh, I see. I see how this is.
Don't use those listening apps. I know it's so bad. But I figure everything's listening to me nowadays, so it's fine. You didn't get the alert? Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Oh, I'm
that,
sorry you had a
CK.
bad night.
I
But
hope Dad's doing okay now, and you're doing okay.
yeah, I like Sydney. She's a special gal. Um, I've got 3 sick kids. This fever keeps going around and around and around and around.
Oh, yeah.
And
You
then
had
you know
3
what?
down now? I knew you had 2 down. Who collapsed today?
Elliot, he was real quiet today. He
Oh.
didn't move very much. And then we checked. He's like, "Oh, it's 102." Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do fevers in Fahrenheit because it makes it sound like you're more sick. Just saying.
Yeah,
'Cause I
so
mean, I'm
that's
like,
the
"Oh
other
yeah, his
thing.
fever was 37." You guys be like, "What the fuck?"
What is 37? Yeah, see, that's the other thing that we can go over is, sick days and what I do here, um, how we kind of go about it. I am, wouldn't say anti, Advil or Tylenol, but I generally don't give my kids any of that medication until they have that really cranking headache that I can't get down with a shower or Celtic salt and some water or good food or sleep. I'll treat that, or a fever over 104, I'll treat. Um, but there's just
Jesus Christ.
different ways around it. Yeah, yeah. And
Like
I don't. My kids have
a
been on
fever of
antibiotics.
101 should get Tylenol.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, absolutely it
No,
should.
no, because do you know why you spike a fever? It's to let your body know that something's wrong. And if you knock your fever down, it doesn't know. So you never treat the fever unless you really have to treat the fever.
Wait. Did did you just say you you let the fever get really high so your body knows that something is wrong?
Well,
Have you
yes,
considered that your body knows that something is wrong, and that is why it's
but
making the fever in the first place?
no, it goes the other way. So the fever, it's a response to your body fighting the infection, and if you take the response away, then your body thinks it's done fighting because it doesn't have that fever anymore.
Your
So
body is making the fever because
yes,
heat can kill bacteria. Heat can also kill the child.
anything under 104 is not going to kill your child, and usually it's because they're dehydrated. Dehydration is the number one cause. If you bring your kid into the hospital, the first thing they're going to do with a fever is give them fluids, and then they may give them some Tylenol to bring it down. But I have a whole form from the doctor's office on how to treat a fever and what different fevers mean and stuff like that. So that'll be another fun topic for the mom's portion.
Huh.
Sean will learn a lot.
I'm a veteran. I'm a grizzled, jaded veteran in
But mine
everything.
had whatever was going around, and Um, first day they were down and out. Second day they were down and out. Third night they spiked that fever to about 103.5, 104. Threw them into a nice lukewarm shower. Let them eat the popsicles in the shower. They always enjoy that. And the next morning the fever broke, and that was it.
Yeah, weird. No, see, over the last 3 days, I've broke Ren's fever like 4 to 5 times.
With Tylenol.
And then it's yeah, it just has to, um
Oh, Sean is a Yeti, and we're going to talk all about Yetis soon.
Sean, polar bears are my favorite. Is that a polar bear? For you, Cindy, I'll be whatever you want me to be, darling. I'm just saying. But I came on as a Yeti because, Gina's like, all mysteries and conspiracies and paranormal and shit. And so I was like,
Yeah.
well, man, look, I'll be a Bigfoot. It's the only big thing I have is my feet.
Mine
And this
are
and
a
this and this
cool
and this
size 5.
and this nose of mine. Look at this little fucking, there we go. Yeah.
She loves you.
I know, she's so lovely. Okay, so we've covered what kind of things to expect. We've covered that on the conspiracy side. We've covered that on the mom side. Are you going to do an any news stories if it's kind of like a mystery that's taking
Yes.
like a modern day, like the drones
Yes.
that
So
vanished,
I'm gonna
or if there's
try.
a weird balloon floating over military bases. Are you going to cover those stories? Those are mysteries.
Yeah. So I said this in the beginning, and I'll say it again for all the newbies that are out there watching. And thank you again. So I'm trying not to go kind of too political because I feel like, Lou has a great channel for somebody to go to that. You have a wonderful way of breaking news where I learn lots of big words and new things, and a fun way to break some of those stories that are heart wrenching, but you need to know about it, but you make it in a way that it's fun. And Andy and Da are amazing over there with their 2 times. So I'm going to try to stay out of kind of the politics of things. But like I was saying before, with the mysteries and the conspiracies, you just had Trump come into office. So he's going to release the MLKs and the JFKs and, stuff like that that we may visit. Absolutely.
I don't think I use big words.
You do. You use a lot of big words. I learn a lot of different words from you.
What?
Yeah.
I use words like is.
Me and Leah talk about it all the time. She's like, he uses big words like me.
Oh goodness. Well, that's because she is smart. I don't know. I like words like vociferously. That's a good word. It's when you're very forceful and you're energetic about your forcefulness and whatever it is that you're doing, or miasma. That's a great word. And yeah.
JC, yes. I am going to
Oh,
do another
epiglottis.
ad read.
Right.
Epiglottis.
That's
That
what
was one you taught me.
epiglottis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Da-da-da. So, this sponsorship is from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator. They didn't censor or have bias. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversation or censor opinions
They
on
did.
COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted that they fell to the pressure from Biden. Yep, they sure did. And Harris and their whole administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media, and they are attacked by governments like France. They are attacked from brand advisors who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech, and Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. We can spit that out. We can do it. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, we are happy if you watch us here on Rumble. Thank you, everybody.
Well done. Well done.
Yay.
How many cents was that?
That one there was 67.
Nice.
That was a long one, though.
That's my least favorite one to do.
Yeah.
Because it is so long. And then because I'm obsessed with the viewership numbers and I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. And I'm seeing the numbers just drop, and I'm like, it's gonna drop so much that they're not gonna allow the ad read, and I will have done it for nothing.
It happens.
Yes, it does.
Yes, Leah. And not always. Emotion of the ocean, girl. Oh, I love you, Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, we're going to have to somehow communicate so I can send you certain things when I go live sometimes.
Like Twitter?
Yeah.
Although I
Yeah.
will say, you know what? The Rumble app didn't tell me that you were live
Really?
until like 5 or 6 minutes after it. Yeah.
I noticed that with
I just
most
happened to
people.
look at the clock.
Well,
Yeah, I
I was
happened to look at the clock. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not getting any notifications. I wonder if she chickened out. And then I went, I looked for you, and I'm like, no, there she is. I'm just the asshole.
Robert was like, "Where's the wiener?" He's not here.
Yeah, there's no wieners here.
Nope. Still not getting X JC, you don't have Twitter?
He doesn't. He's
Interesting.
so gay. Do you know the amount of time things I wanted to share with him, but then he's like, "Yeah, I don't have it. I'm not gonna." I'm like, "You have Discord for fuck's sakes, but you're not gonna have X."
I didn't
Like,
have
no,
X
I'm
for a
not.
long time, and I never had X until I started to help Lou on his channel. And then I had X as soon as it opened. So if you look at my account, I think I've had it since like 2009 or some crazy ass number. But I didn't start really getting into it until I joined the political world, if that makes sense. Oh,
I'm
Cindy K,
sorry. What?
you're in Discord?
Is she?
I do have
Is
my own
she?
Discord. Well, I don't know. I'm on Discord. I didn't even notice that until Leah. There you go, Leah.
It's hot in a Yeti suit. Oh my god. Oh, that's actually nice.
But aren't you
Sorry.
always cold down there? So isn't it nice to be warm?
No, because it gets a bit. It's like
Yeah.
fucking. It gets warm in the undercarriage area. That's not
I
a
can see
mystery.
that.
It's not a conspiracy.
No,
This is
that is not a mystery nor a
this
conspiracy,
is
but it
why
is
I
for
don't wear
mayhem.
underpants on a regular basis. It is the mayhem. That's what I forgot. Your fucking channel also involves mayhem. I guess that's where I come in. I guess
I
Travis
love
says
the
you are naked.
mayhem. All of the mayhem.
Yeah. Oh, Cindy is in in the Third Railify Discord. A terrible place to be. Although hopefully
Oh,
Jack doesn't die
yeah.
because Jack really spices that place up. And yeah.
And the
Travis says
mayhem.
that um
Hi,
Travis says that
RXP.
they've never seen me warm. I'm warm all the time. I'm warm right now. Suffering, in fact.
Zaha. My goodies, not my goodies. Ding, ding, ding.
Who's this raw XP?
I don't
Who's
know,
them?
but I said hello.
Thank you for being here, raw XP. All right. Okay,
Appreciate
Gina.
the view.
Since you're the captain of the ship, we've been going
Yes.
in an hour and 17 minutes, which is I think longer than what you thought you were capable of doing.
100%.
What is next? What is next for
So,
this stream, your channel, all of these things? You're
so
steering the
the
boat here, miss.
next, let's steer it. So the next thing that we're going to do this evening is we are going to ask you guys to throw out a few topics out there that you guys would be interested in listening to me babble on about. And the next thing that I have up is Tuesday. I will decide on a time soon, but generally probably 8 or 9. I'm going to have one of my friend Jesse on, who is also another huge guy that I absolutely love. He's into conspiracies and survival. He is a veteran. He is just an all around amazing guy who knows a crap ton about crypto and XRP, and is just a brilliant mind. So he is going to be on, like I said, Tuesday. And then from there, I have to plan a little bit out. But like I said, I don't have a set time that I'm going to go live every week just yet, but I will. And just make sure you have that notification bell on, because some days, if I'm just sick of folding laundry and want to pop on and say hi to everybody and talk mom or just a random topic, just throw it out there.
you should consider having at least one set time.
I know I got to have a set time, which I do enjoy Sunday evenings. So I know Sunday evenings will probably be one of my set times. So Sunday evenings, and then I was thinking about like a midweek, so like a Wednesday night.
Um, I should say one raw XP. Yes, I am in fact majestic. Thank you for noticing. Two,
Mhm.
Scott says aliens and ancient c- civilizations. I will say maybe a caveat. Add a touch of specificity. Um, because I mean, there's lots of ancient civilizations. Is there one that you like more than the others that we can talk about and discuss or whatever? Because again, there is a bunch, all kinds of aliens
There's a
too. I
bunch.
mean, there's the
There's Native
Mexicans,
American.
there's the Hondurans, there's the Somalians. Like, good lord, the Somalians. That's a whole different fucking kettle of
Arg.
fish. But then there's the Greys and I don't all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so
Ooh, the
Chris
CERN.
says CERN. Yeah, that's a
CERN
thing,
is
definitely.
CERN is crazy when just to throw it out there real quick, but we'll touch on it again. During the solar eclipse when CERN fired up their machine, that was very concerning and very telling and very weird that it just happened to, all of a sudden just align with that. But I am not joking you. That eclipse totally messed with me. Um, as soon as the sun, because I was close to the totality path up here in Boston, it got really dark. It went quiet. You just kind of felt the hairs on your neck stand up. And then all of a sudden, I got a bloody nose. And then my heart started, it was like a really intense panic attack to the point where I called my doctor the next day, my cardiologist, and I was like, something's wrong. And she was like, this didn't, just happen around the same time as the eclipse, did it? And I was like, oh, how do you know? And she was like, yeah, we're dubbing this the eclipse sickness. She's like, we've had an intake uptick of like our patients calling us today saying that they are having increased symptoms. Like it was the weirdest thing. And I will tell you guys, this is a mom's channel. You may hear children and see children all in the background as well. So if you hear them, I
how
apologize in advance.
how you have how could you have been close to the totality of it?
We were close.
You weren't that close. It went over me. It went
Yeah.
fucking focus, you cunt.
We didn't get a full one, but we were close
It's
enough.
not even it looks like the sun. This fucking camera. Anyways, it was the most perfect. It was the
Yeah.
most perfect thing I've ever seen. It was actually super super weird. Um yeah, we went, so this path of totality actually sort of went over the lakes, right? And so if you were on either side of the lake or on the lake, it would be perfectly pitch black. It was kind of insane. So it kind of went up and it went dark. And you know what was kind of weird? The birds. That's
The
one thing I remember is
silence.
the birds. The birds went weird. Like the birds
Yeah.
were like da 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 ba, ba, and the birds were like, what the fuck? And it was like for
Yeah.
like 3 minutes. It was a super weird vibe. I was looking like my kids were like, why is it nighttime? I'm like, dude, there's like histories is happening. And then like everyone was just kind of like, wow, this is really, really weird. I bet like tribes from like way back when in the day, if they ever experienced this, they were probably like, oh God, we've made God mad. Because it was pretty. I didn't even think my phone could take such a really good photo. And I mean, I had my welding mask. That's what I was looking at. It was brilliant. And my wife, she had the special glasses. But yeah, it was
Ugh.
such a weird vibe.
Do you
It
know
was
that's
so
another
crazy.
thing?
It went black. Like it was insane.
That was another thing we can talk about as well as part of the conspiracies and mysteries because two things. One, I had to sign a permission slip for my kids' school that they were able to wear the solar eclipse glasses, which was interesting. But the second thing is you don't need to wear the glasses. There is a ancient technique, and you can even look into this. I am not recommending anything. I am not a doctor. Do not take professional advice from me. But if you look into sun gazing, it is very good for your body and it's good for your soul and your mind.
Yeah, listen to none of what she just said. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Don't
see?
take medical advice from a girl who wears a toque inside.
Says the Yeti.
Bait, I also wear a toque inside. It's that cold here.
Yeah.
It is
It was
that
like a
cold here.
heat wave today. It was almost 50 degrees. I was outside in a
What the fuck
t-shirt.
does that mean? If it's 50 degrees where I am, people are dead. From heat.
Yeah. 50.
What is it right
What are
now?
you doing?
It is. You know what? It was. It feels like minus 16 Celsius right now. So I mean that's compared to the minus 30 Celsius it's been feeling like for a little while. It was kind of warm. I can't wait for this cold to be gone.
Mr. Scott, I will be accepting donations for a costume. I think the only
Wait,
thing I have are like cat ears, possibly.
will you wear a costume for the next show? Oh my god, you know what?
Grounding is
We
very important. I actually own grounding sheets.
we need to get Gina maybe like a hot dog costume. It'll just be a bunch of wieners. Or she could also be a Yeti.
Try
Just
it on.
be a couple of Yetis together. I don't know.
Couple of Yetis.
Yeah.
Fair for yes. You know when
Oh,
you're
we can be big
weird.
feet. Oh my god, we can be big feet.
Oh, barefoot in the grass. When your old hippie, grandparents and aunts and uncles would tell you to go hug a tree, they really meant it, and it's really good for you. Yes, they do. Listen, we'll talk about this later. Yes, yes. My daughter did her laundry, and now she's trying to pick out an outfit, and she's asking me how it looks.
No, I'm talking about hug a tree.
Hug a tree. It's good for you. Good night, please.
Okay. I don't know. He's trying to make the show a sausage fest. I'm really not. I promise you.
Yes, honey.
Just saying.
Brush your teeth, please. Thank you.
Which one is that one?
That was Emma, and the one trying to find clothes is Erin.
No. Which one did you have to remind to brush your teeth? What kind of parenting is this?
That is the 10-year-old.
Okay. All right.
She's the only one I have to remind besides the dog, but I brush her teeth, so I have to remind myself to do that.
Yeah. And that's
Yes.
funny thing. In the chat, Jay, all night long has been like, Sean, I agree with her. Sean, I agree with her. Yeah, I know you do, Jay. I know you do. I've lost
So we
you.
can
It's okay.
do one definitely, Kravitz, on grounding and crystals.
Is grounding when
And
you find water? What is that?
so grounding is when you put your feet to the ground. You're grounding yourself to the electrical current of the earth and bringing your body back to where it should be. So, believe it or not, your sneakers and your soles and your rubbers on the bottom of your sneakers is preventing a lot
Electricity.
of yeah, but see, rubber stops your electricity. So,
Hi, Katie.
hi, Katie. So your sneakers, that's why you see a lot of they're called grounding or walking sneakers where they're flat. And it grounds you to the earth, and they're based in their soles with copper and stuff like that, as opposed to rubber to stop, because grounding helps alleviate pain. It helps with that's a reminder that goes off every night because I'm old and I have to remember to take my magnesium.
So funny story, chat. Her reminder's gone off. She's not taking that magnesium right now. So later tonight, she'll totally forget.
Yes. So you're supposed to ground yourself and walk outside barefoot, lie on the ground. Um,
And
it does a
I
really amazing things for you.
oh,
Dowsing, yep, dowsing rods where you walk and the rods cross.
oh. Leah says my parents were hippies, so my mom was big into grounding and crystals and stuff like that. I grew up with all of that
Yes.
shit. You know what? Speaking of crystals, is it a crystal? I don't know. It's a big piece of fucking salt. I have a salt lamp. I don't know what it does. Apparently, it does something, but it gives off a
Yep.
really nice glow. So I use that as a nightlight. But it's big. And I'm like, why is this on my fucking dresser? And Janelle's like, but I
Be
like it.
careful because those can melt. I've had one melt, but those are the what is that? The Himalayan salt lamps.
Yes, I did ask about finding water with your little sticks. I
Yes,
did
the
ask
dowsing
that.
rods.
I
Sounds
thought
water.
they were called something else. I don't know. But yeah, I guess this is all the fun stuff we're gonna talk about. Now, I suspect we're not solving these mysteries, but it is probably fun unless you're gonna just solve them.
Oh, that would be fun.
So,
Come out with like a
l
backpack like Dora. Dora got
like Detective
deported, so maybe
Pikachu
I
or
can be the new
something.
deport the new Dora.
Yeah, where it's like, "Dora's white now, kids," because the last one was deported.
Hola, say Dora.
No, no, no,
Backpack, backpack,
that's deported. Um
backpack, backpack.
Chris says Himalayan salt lamps. I have one in the background of my videos here in my office. It's calming. Is that what it is? It's
Yeah.
calming. Let me tell you about the calming effects of this fucking big red salt piece of shit on my dresser. I for some reason I can't sleep. It's all red, and it's like my room is a fucking. It's like I'm developing film in there because it's all red. I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, oh god. It's like when Kramer opens the door because the chicken factory or this restaurant is across, and Jerry knocks on it. Kramer comes in and it's all red. He's like, "Oh, Kramer, what is that?" He's like, "It's a salt lamp, Jerry. It's a salt lamp." That's what's happening in my bedroom. It's not calming. It's upsetting.
See, I have to have it dark when I go to sleep. I turn everything off. I don't per se use them much. I am starting to get into the essential oils. Um, but I do know a lot about essential oils. I just haven't bought in any.
You know what's interesting about essential oils? My wife really got into them. She really got into them, and then I bought her like the Bible, like the Bible of essential oil medicine shit. And so it's like, okay, so you know what? You're gonna make your essential oil mixture for headaches and for fucking athlete's foot and for whatever. And then you go through it, and there's like, here's your essential oil mixture for cancer. I'm like, fuck this. This whole book is shit. I don't believe it now. It when you say your essential oils are gonna cure cancer, you jump the shark. I don't believe it. You should have stopped before you got there.
See, but they can
Essential
help
oils for
in the
AIDS.
process. Like castor oil. Castor oil is really good at everything. You can put it in your belly button at night. You can rub it onto sore joints, arthritis. You can do castor oil packs. It can break up tumors. It is really good for a lot of different things. So, castor oil, vitamin E oil, and frankincense is really good for your skin. I don't have any frankincense right now, so I just use the vitamin E and the castor oil.
Chris says, yes, when I sleep, it's got to be dark, cold,
Dark.
and cloveless with the ceiling
I
fan on, of course. So he's describing my wife's heart. Anyways,
so yep, I would tape every light off if I could in my room, but it's pitch dark with my window open and the fan sucking it in the other window. So it like cross breeze. So when I wake up, my room, I have a thermometer anywhere between like 59 and 62 degrees in my room at night. Amazing. Oh, Cindy K, we will have fun. You have frankincense. Frankincense is really good for your skin.
Oh my god, you
Very,
have
very,
myrrh?
very good. That's another great one too. And eucalyptus and lavender and lemon and all
Oh
sorts of stuff and
goodness.
oregano oil.
You have gold as well? Are you gonna hand it to the baby Jesus?
Yeah, you never know if he shows up for me. Absolutely.
Oh goodness. Goodness. It's just
Huh?
frankincense and myrrh makes me laugh.
Frankincense and myrrh.
I
I
do like
actually still have my Christmas
peppermint.
tree up.
That's peppermint oil is a nice
Mhm.
one. I'm fond of that one.
Peppermint is good for headaches. Very good for headaches.
Said he says I smart smart ass Sean. Um, yes. I am a bit of a smart ass. That's my point. My purpose of being here. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I'm an emotional support yeti. I'm also easy to look at.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, definitely. So, like I said, make sure you have all your notifications on, including you, Sean, since you didn't get one.
Oh, I
Um,
got it. It just got late. Hello, late night ramblings, whoever you are. I'm sure you're
Steven. He
this
is one from
this
Luz. He has his own gaming channel where he plays video games, all sorts of different ones, like driving trucks and sorts of fun ones.
oh, well, hello there.
Yes, that's Steven. Peppermint is very good for cramps. Yes.
Um, oh yeah, we're talking
Mix
about
some
darkness.
castor oil in with your peppermint and rub it on your belly, on your under your belly button, and it works wonders. Just make sure if you ever use castor oil, you either wear clothes that you don't mind getting early, but definitely try to put something over it and then wrap it around you so it doesn't make everything
My
gross.
wife took castor oil when she was pregnant because it was to induce pregnancy.
Yes, castor oil is also very good at moving your bowels,
What
but I wouldn't
what a
recommend it.
shitty mess that was, eh? Home heavens
Yes.
to Betsy. But also, anyways,
Yes.
a
Childbirth is also a
story
wonderful
about
topic.
a story about oh what man? Okay, those stories we got plenty of those stories about that. Water
I got
injections
grounding
for your
and
back.
crystals. Say that again?
Water injection water injections? Was it water injections? Yeah, maybe it was for
Oh,
labor pains
hydro.
or something or to induce. I don't know what they were. It was like the most painful shit that my wife has ever gone through.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, well, yeah. It's
Yeah.
that can be for another show. Like when I had my son and he got stuck and they rushed me in for a C-section and forgot to turn on the epidural stronger and decided to slice me open on the table and I felt everything. That was interesting and fun.
Yeah, my wife so 4 kids, 2 one was completely natural because the doctor busy? The anesthesiologist was, like, busy, and one, it was just, like, it didn't work, or the baby came
Mhm.
the baby as if I know him, it came too fat or something like that, so 2
Yep.
was, like, with drugged and 2 wasn't, and it
Oh,
was and and many of them had complications,
the
and so it
third,
was just
my third, Erin, Emma, I totally gave up on. I looked at the nurse sitting in front of me and I was like, I quit. She was like, "No, you can't quit." And I was like, "No, I just said I'm all done." And she was like, my husband looked at me and was like, "Babe, you know that's not possible." I was like, "No, it is not happening. I quit. I quit. I quit." And the doctor came in. He's like, "Okay, here we go. Give me 3 big pushes." And it was literally like he was like, "Whoop, whoop, baby. 3 pushes." She was out. He's like, "Now you can quit." Like, "Thank you."
yeah, my first boy, Elliot, he was going to be a home birth, and it was gonna be natural, and it was, gonna be in, like, one of those fucking kiddie pools, a water birth at home.
Yep.
with a
I
midwife.
wanted to
I
do
love.
one.
I'm a huge fan of midwives. I love midwives, and yeah. So funny thing about my wife. She is a ginger, right? That means two things. One, no soul. Two, no pain tolerance. It's shocking
No
how
pain
no pain.
tolerance?
None at all. It's super, super low, right? Because she's got the full fucking 2 gene mutations. She's a full pure redhead, blue eyes, so she's a mutant, right? And, so she's like and she knows this about herself. She's like, I'm gonna at home birth, water birth. We rented the pool or whatever it was, and, yeah, so she's, like, doing her thing, and then she's like, "Oh, it's time," and so I'm, like, in our little house, our little apartment or whatever, I'm trying to, like, get like, all of the water, and I just couldn't fill up all the little pitchers of I needed, like, I don't know how many liters of fucking
Yeah, and it's gotta be
water.
warm,
Just
it can't
an
be cold.
infinity amount, but it can't even be warm because that is offensive to a woman who's in labor. It has to be hot, hot, hot. It has to be. And so I have
Mhm.
to go downstairs in the fucking basement. I go to my little tiny water heater and I go, "Listen, buddy, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen to you. I'm going to fuck you hard." And so I cranked up the heat and I put it had a turbo button. I pushed the turbo button and it was like I thought it was going to transform. And then I go and I'm cranking all the hot water and then so I guess I got it. It was serviceable. It was fine. It wasn't great, what could I do? Anyway, so she's in there and she's like, "Oh my god, the baby's coming any second. Oh my god." And it was awful, right? I do not sympathize with any woman that's ever done it. Although I will say, I have heard that that,
And women
that
do
kidney
poop.
stones are as close a 90% of them, yeah. I heard that kidney stones are probably as close as what a man's gonna actually get to the level of pain. And
So, childbirth is equivalent to breaking 26 bones at once.
who says that?
Fun fact.
That's not a fact.
Mhm,
That's not a fact. Your
mhm.
your body was not designed to have 26 bones broken. It was literally created, some might say, by God to do
To
that
have
thing.
babies. Yes, but the
Exactly.
pain
That
the
that's
pain is
not that's a
equivalent.
terrible fucking equivalent because if it was that bad, 26 bones,
Yeah,
then no one would ever do it.
but
Multiple
we do,
times even.
because I'm not joking. When you have that baby, I've done it 3 times. I have had C-sections, done it naturally. My biggest baby was 7'4", lowest baby was 6'13". My son was 21 and a half inches long. He came out as long as my leg. That was a whole nother funny thing. But yes, 100%. As soon as they put that baby on you, you forget all about that pain in that moment until you
He
have
says
to.
not 25 bones, but 26. Um So yeah, so anyways, so she's, like, dying in pain, and she's like, "You have to call the midwife." So I call the midwife, she comes in, and then my wife is in, like, absolute agony, she's just dying, this baby's gonna come, and any second, right? And any second. So the midwife does the checking, and then my wife's like, "Okay, I'm ready, let's do this," and she's like, oh, honey, you're 2 centimeters dilated." My wife was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, this baby is coming out right now." And she's like, "No, no, it's not for a long time. I need to go back home." And then I don't know how many hours later, it was this whole thing was a nightmare. A nightmare for me, probably at least mildly uncomfortable for her. And so a little bit later, she comes back, she checks, she's like, "Oh, yeah, you're 5." It's like, "You're 5 or 4," or something like that. We've only progressed just a little bit, and then eventually we had to go to the hospital anyways because there was some complication or something that was discovered, and there was going to need to be interventions taken, and,
Yeah.
and so we had to go. I had to drive her. And let me tell you, when you need the smoothest possible ride to the hospital,
No,
you are sure to find every bump and pothole there is, even if it's like at 2 in the morning,
doesn't
because
matter.
they just move under the vehicle. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
that.
One
It
I
was
had in a
it was pretty fun.
snowstorm. One I had to fight morning rush hour traffic. And the third one, we actually stopped at Dunkin' Donuts in the gas station on the way to the hospital. Like, yeah, been there, done that. But Mr. Scott, I have a 22 or 23-inch inseam. I have a very short leg. I am 4'11", yes.
She's 4'11". Yeah. So she's
Never made
tiny.
5 feet.
Yeah, she's tiny. So I mean, you can spread her like peanut butter, literally on one cracker.
Yeah.
Yes. So, a story about darkness, because you and Chris were saying how you guys need absolute darkness. Well,
Yeah.
there's a restaurant in Toronto. I took my wife to a handful of years ago for her birthday, and I think it's called Noir, and it is a restaurant that is a high fancy restaurant in an underground subway train station or something like that, right? So no light gets in. And so it's pitch black. There are no lights. There is so much not light that the servers are blind, because having sight and going, "Oh my god, it's so dark," is actually a hindrance. So they hire blind people because blind people effectively, for all intents and purposes, see in the dark.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because it's just them living their normal life, while we, the sighted, are like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And so they do this interesting thing where they're like, "Okay, would you like this meal of whatever kind of meat, whatever kind of this, whatever kind of that, or would you like the mystery meal?"
Mystery Mouse
I was bold.
Tool.
Yeah, I hate that you know what that is. Well, of course you do, but I hate that I know what that is the point I'm making. Um, I got the mystery meal. It turned out to be a duck, I think I ate.
Oh, I love
But
duck.
yeah, it's pitch black, right? It's pitch black. So the servers come and then they put your food in front of your plate. You can't see it. You can't see the table. You can't see nothing. It is genuinely black. You've never experienced a darkness like that before. It is basically, it's almost like the they say it is without actually losing your sight, it's the closest you'll ever be to blind. Like, it's so black, there is no light. It's so black that your brain starts freaking out.
Mr. Scott is my first Rumble rant.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you.
Okay, now read it.
What is the most supernatural experience you've had? P.S. My turn, whale blue.
Turn my whale blue. So,
Oh, turn my whale.
people's whales, so you see Chris has a gray whale, Scott has a yellow whale, some whales are blue. That's the level of donation that you've super chatted throughout
Oh,
your time as a Rumble user. And so blue
gotcha.
whales, they're like the big whales. So,
Ah,
yeah.
blue whales. I think another fun fact. I think
Yeah,
their vaginas can hold up to 6 humans. But anyways,
something.
something like that. Most supernatural. I've had really kind of two that were crazy. Once when I was in middle school. Stephen, thank you for becoming my first monthly supporter. I appreciate it. But I was right around at high schoolish. And I went to sleep and I woke up and there was a guy, swear to God, in my room with like a cowboy hat on. And then we found out in the house that I was in that there was an old gentleman and his dog. His dog actually jumped out the window and died, which is terrible. But that was quite alarming. And then one time, my son's blood sugar crashed, and it was when he came home. It was, I was 8.5 months pregnant. I was exhausted, fell asleep, and his sugar dropped, and I didn't know. And I opened my eyes to what looked like somebody standing over me and was like, "Hey, you got to wake up." And I was like, "I'm awake." And then I was like, "Something's wrong." And then I went, and his blood sugar was like 32. It was terrifying. But those were the most like complete, full apparitions that I have seen. Other than that, it's been like feelings or just weird dreams or stuff like that.
Fucking Chris. Mine was yeah, well, I've told this story a bunch of times. When I was younger, there's a triangle UFO, pretty low, floating down, big, fucking like a genuine fucking ship, and it just sort of float. And then we were standing under it. We looked, and it was I was a kid. I remember that. I still remember it until this day. Everyone kind of got bored with it as it kind of s- it faded almost like into not into the darkness, right? It wasn't even that high up. I don't know how high it would have been, but yeah, it was crazy shit I've ever seen.
That's weird.
Yeah, actually quite weird. And I can't really tell people. Well, I mean, I can, I guess, but like I couldn't tell people back then and be like, yeah, there's a thing I saw because obviously I was just a stupid kid.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I'm always one that like when my kids were like this one time, my little one, well, my middle one, Erin, literally came in my room, and this was like horror movie stuff. This is probably why like I was like traumatized and can't watch them anymore. She literally comes in my room and she's like, "Mom, Mom." I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "There's something in my room." I was like, "There's nothing in your room. Go to sleep." Listen, she opened her. I'm like, "You're okay. Like you just had a bed." She's like, "No." And I finally calmed her down, and I turned her around to like walk her into her room, and it was pure panic. Like, when you go to like or watch videos of people in like haunted houses, like the jump scares. She literally jumped back. She's like, "He's right there. He's looking at me, Mom. Mom, you gotta do." I'm like, pure panic, tears. Like I've never seen her that scared in my entire life, then or after. And I was like, "My God." Like it was terrifying. Yeah. Or like when that moment, and you have kids where you're sleeping, all of a sudden you open your eyes and there's like a kid. And I'm like, "Oh, hi. How you doing?"
That's happened maybe once, but I have to lock my kids into their room.
Ah, see, mine figured every way to get out of their rooms. I didn't have locks on their door, but they
I
figured
have to
out
do it
ways with
for
those
safety because
plastic things.
they they sleep stim, which is one it's a dick hair away from sleepwalking. And I don't need them sleep autisming their way into the fucking, kitchen or some shit like that. So
No, no, there were just a couple, I think, two sad stories here in my surrounding town that a 14-year-old girl actually wandered, and it's cold, and it was a very sad story.
yeah, my kids, they have no recall ability, so I can't be like, "Okay, kids, come on back. You're dying in the cold." They would just go until they're dead. So yeah,
It's
my
kind
kids
of
get
like,
locked into their rooms.
yeah, it's kind of like dementia patients. It's weird. They're terrified, which is actually one of the first kind of symptoms that you'll start to notice, which is when they stop kind of showering. They actually become very afraid of water in the home, which is weird because when you hear a lot of the stories of dementia patients or Alzheimer's patients going missing from their homes because they like to sundown and walk around at night, they always end up near a body of water, and it never works out very well. So there's got to be something that draws them all to the water.
I don't know, but yeah, autistic kids are usually found in water. Usually
Yeah,
they're laying face down, but that's one of that's my wife's biggest fear.
it's
I got a
terrifying.
pond. I got a pond a few doors down over here.
That's
and
scary.
the municipality was like, you know what we could do about this big pond? Let's cut down all the trees surrounding it, open it up, expose it. Ah, also, we'll build a sidewalk that goes right to it. My wife is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
now
scary.
we gotta take extra steps.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
been going for quite some time now. Um, I did just looked up at
Meow
the time
meow.
and realized it's almost been right meow. Um, so if you'd like, we can start to wrap things up if you guys would like to.
So he says, "For my dad, we had to get door alarms that make chime
Yeah.
noise so he doesn't freak out from a siren in my kids' classrooms, and I feel guilty as can be every time they call me into the school." Um, they had to put these alarm things because my wife raised all hell because the kids were just leaving the classroom and leaving the school. My wife's like, "Why? Why is an autistic, nonverbal kindergarten kid just leaving the school?" And they're like, yeah, he was just so stealthy." It's like, yeah, the ones that don't talk kind of usually are. And yeah, so the loudest fucking sirens, it's so loud. So I go in there, I'm like, "Can you turn those off?" "Sure, my wife made you put them on, but good lord, turn them to half volume or something. It's too much."
That's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you would, Leah.
I don't understand. What is Leah saying? "I'd like to wrap something up too." What's this? What, like a
Probably you back in your Yeti costume with her inside it.
what? No. I'm so hot. I'm so hot right now.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
That's fair. I could buy that.
I can always find ways to cool down, but I can't
But
always
I've
find
gotten
ways to
fat.
warm up.
The heat's more uncomfortable now.
Fat or pleasantly plump?
I
Or
am
just fit well?
one I'm a stone's throw away from Santa Claus.
Oops, stop it.
That's what I am. Um, Cindy says it's easier to warm up than cool off.
See, I have this terrible thing because I neglected my body from so much stress of childbirth and diabetes and a newborn. And I neglected myself as far as because my little one, um, she nursed until she was almost 3.
Oh my god, your poor nipples.
Yeah. And she was the type that would go to the daycare for 12 hours a day and not drink out of a bottle, a sippy cup, medicine dropper. They tried everything, nothing. This woman is pure, just stubbornness. And I neglected myself and I ended up with neuropathy in my feet. So they get cold all the time and it is absolutely terrible. Hot flashes, girl. I turned 40 and I don't know where these things came from. I am always cold. And I picked my daughter up at a friend's house the other day and I had all windows down and it was like 20 degrees. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I am melting." Like you could see the steam coming off my face. And I was like, "What is wrong?" I'm like, "I'm coming down with a cold.
Are
Like
you
something's
melting right
happening."
now? Have you steamed up your entire living room that the
No,
camera
I'm
is fogged up?
healthy. No,
No, no, because it looks like someone smeared Vaseline on your camera.
all of a
Look
sudden,
at
or
the
is this
difference
been the
between
whole
us.
time?
The whole time.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I thought maybe you put like a lowered fucking setting on it, if you could. I don't know, chat. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. I don't know. No, maybe it's better. I don't know, chat. What do you think? This 30-second lag is killing
Yeah,
me.
see, when I had my son, Cinny K, I was delivering him and he was sunny side up. And then he, wonderful children that they are, decided to defecate inside me. So the doctor was like, we need to get him out now. And when they took me in and removed him from the C-section, my hips just clamped down and I ended up with sciatica.
Sciatica is not pleasant. I
No,
have I have I have I have a touch of that now that I've gotten fat, although I also, have a touch of that spondylolisthesis or whatever.
spinal stenosis.
No, no, not it's the same thing that that Luigi fella has, although he's got it real bad. I just got just a small touch of it.
Hmm,
Spondylolisthesis, I think is what it's called.
I have no idea what that even is.
No, it's like a fucking thing. It's like the base of your spine is just fucking it's like tilted just a little bit too extra. But and
Ah,
it can, like, pinch on your fucking nerves,
yep.
and so some yeah, so I don't know if mine got better or whatever, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, sciatica's a bitch, eh? You fucking, like, you're standing up trying to butter some bread, and then all of a sudden your leg is like, "Ah," and it feels like it's on fire. Oh god.
Yep.
That's what a terrible thing that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crabbit, I sleep with a heating blanket. Normally just on my feet because my feet, like I said, I have issues down there on my feet because I go to bed at Popsicle, but after like 20 minutes, everything is off and on the floor. I just sweat.
Oh my god, Cindy K.
What? What did she do?
Cindy K says, I had 20 plus years of pain. No one thought to check my back. Then I find I had spinal stenosis, and the discs that were fucked, they calcified and turned to bone, and they grew into my spinal cord. Lost my entire ninth rib. That's kind of a Marilyn Manson thing, isn't it, Cindy?
Oh,
You girl, you. Then they went in and took care of that, but now I have so many other places. And I said, "Nope, not doing that anymore. Haven't been right since the first surgery."
Cindy K, I do find, and I don't know how it would work with the spinal stenosis, but I do have the sciatica
What
and
essential oil's gonna work on that one, huh? Huh?
no, but Google it, Sean. Castor oil packs, Cindy K. Castor oil packs. And you can add a little cayenne pepper for into the castor oil. And what it does is it helps your circulation, and the castor oil penetrates deep and it helps with the inflammation.
What i- what is vasculite? What a fucking weird thing we're talking about our ailments
Vasculitis.
and shit.
I know. See,
What is
this is the
what is
mayhem,
that?
the
Just your
craziness.
is that your circulation? Is
Oh,
that
what
like circulation?
vasculitis?
Uh,
Yeah, it's
I don't know
indicate
what
definitely
vasculitis
look
is.
into. You can even go right on Amazon. They sell castor oil packs, but make sure you
Blood
get
flow.
it that it's I forget what they call it, but it'll be like something free. You want the cold press something or other. But we'll do a whole show on that and Celtic salt and all that fun stuff.
That vasculitis refers to a group of disorders that involve inflammation of the blood vessels, which can lead to thickening, weakening, narrowing, or scarring of the vessel walls. Interesting.
Kind of sounds like neuropathy. Kind of the
I don't
same
know.
thing,
I
but it's
have
all nerve related. It's
um
crazy.
God damn it. In my left leg, I have like oh I forget the name of it, but it's like the valves in my veins. They're just like doing a half-assed job. And so I've got like shit veins in my leg. I'm like, God damn it, this sucks. I'm
So
too
do they
young to
get
be old.
cold? Do they get cold a lot?
I don't know. I don't know. I have
Just
bad knees. I have bad, terrible knees.
I'm telling you, our
Not
generation, when I
nearly
talk
as
to
bad as
everybody,
that
we just
Vaseline on her
falling
camera though.
apart.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
falling apart. That's facts.
What JC said. Be sure to smash that like, guys and gals. But like I said, I will announce Tuesday night show. Like I said, it'll be 8 or 9. I just have to talk to Jesse to find out what time he would like to come on. And my goal really is to kind of get off of StreamYard and go through Rumble. I love StreamYard. StreamYard is like my jam. I know how to use it, the ins and outs. But those scummy guys, you have to like subscribe monthly in order to stream to Rumble. I can do X, which I can't do yet because I'm not a premium member there. So the only thing I can do is just call me to, and I don't want to do that. But they want $36 a month for StreamYard. Highway robbery. Jay.
$36. Well, that's probably
36 cents a month.
American dollars. Yeah, for me it's like 50 some odd dollars.
That's insane.
I'm like, bro, you know what? Maybe if I was making $100 a month or a stream or whatever,
Yeah.
I would just whatever. But no. But
Oh,
no.
CK, I have to set that up. I still haven't done that yet. Pilled. Yeah, because Mr. Stuck in New York City over from Handy told me to get my butt over there too.
I have pilled. I don't stream. I haven't emailed the guys to be like, hello, fine gentlemen. May I have the pleasure, the privilege of streaming on your platform to nobody, because nobody will be interested in watching me. I'm just wasting your bandwidth. And then they need to be like, yes, we'll set you up. That's weird to me.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Pilled and alive?
And DLive.
Live. I've never heard of that one.
I don't know what DLive is.
I've heard of Twitch.
Maybe it means Dick's alive.
Wah, wah, wah.
Calm down, Leah.
Yeah, Leah always smashes that like button super hard. Great.
Among other things.
All right, ladies and gents, I want to thank you all for being here. It was a wonderful time. I definitely feel a lot better and a lot calmer and a lot more comfortable. But I will say it's definitely a lot more fun having somebody on with you than just talking to yourself on camera.
Yeah, you don't have the right kind of ADHD.
No. Yeah.
No,
See, I'm sure I can do like a recorded one and do like shorts, but I like the back and forth. I like the different ideas and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I rubbed it and I don't know if it made it better.
It made it harder.
I don't do anything. That's another. There's a lots of things that I need to invest in once my show is winning, you know.
Like studio lights that come at you from an angle. So the things aren't directly on your glasses. And
I know
that kind of thing.
Terrible. I can way back here and just, like, hey, from back here. What's everyone doing?
Okay, all right. And so, okay, let's see if I can I do this? Can I no, I don't have privileges. Put it on presentation.
On presentation? You should have.
I don't have privileges because I'm just a peasant.
What do you want me to do?
Okay. On the top, above us.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat, just talks amongst yourself. Above us, there's a bunch of boxes. Background, auto, solo, duo, presentation. Do that. Oh, she did it. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Sean of Third Railify. If you don't know me, such as Late Night Ramblings, and who else do we have? The chat
Raw.
here. Um,
Raw.
Raw also, and I don't know if there was anyone else in the chat that belongs to other people. That's not my crew or whatever, or the handy crew, or I don't know, or whatever. Um, I'm Sean of Third Railify. This is my channel. It is Third Railify, and I can be found at Third Railify on Twitter and on Rumble and on YouTube. And ideally, what I do is vaguely every day, very vaguely recently. I do news stories. I cover stories, not sometimes the big stories of the day, but you're gonna get all that from all the other talking heads as well. So sometimes I cover some of the other stories that maybe aren't as as
Fun.
out there, such as like a female teacher who began sleeping with a young student who was 11, had his baby. That's a crazy story. Or here the update of the story of the Minnesota mother who tried to have sex with multiple boys in a hotel. She was trying to get pig roasted, and then one little boy was like, "I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit in this chair uncomfortably holding my pants." I mean, what else do I have? This was one of my favorites
Oh, look,
recently. A
there's me in the
transgender
middle.
cop. Oh, there is you in the middle, your little Arctic photo right there. Transgender cop who assaulted two colleagues with a penis pump after drugging them at his apartment. Um, you know, those are the kind of funny stories I cover. I also do live streams. Gina is routinely a part of them with my bro. Uh, look, one Gina here, one Gina here. God knows how many more Ginas there are. And yeah, my bro Christopher. He streams with me because, as Gina said, it's so much better to have a person to bounce stuff off of. You have to be a special kind of crazy to be able to stare at just at a camera and just talk. I can do that. It's a disease. Yeah, so
It's a
that's me.
superpower.
If you're it's my wife's like, "You can shut the fuck up now." I'm like, "I really wish I could." Um, yeah, so we even had Jake Chansley on. He was a heck of a conversation, which is we'll have
There's
to get
one.
him on this channel.
Yeah,
So
that would be
you can
so much fun.
so because he I'll have to reach out to him because he's gonna come back on my channel. So if you're new, if you don't know me, this is who I am. Third Railify. Why Third Railify? Because it's third rail issues. See how clever I am? It's like, and issues that aren't a third rail issue can easily be third railified. Naming shit is hard. You know, naming shit is hard. You should ask my son Rory when he grows up and becomes verbal. Be like, Rory, what do you think about your name? He's gonna go, I don't know. Why is it spelled Ruairi? And my wife, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Ask your mom. Yeah. So, anyways, that's me. Late Night Rambling says that he's already following me, and that's because he's a motherfucking goat. That's why. Um, okay. All right. I guess that's all I need to say in the self-promotion. Now Gina needs to prostitute herself a little bit while I
So
am
you
here.
guys all know me. I'm Gina
A little more.
from Mom's Mystery and Mayhem. Um, I want to tell you all actually, I appreciate everything you guys have done. All the love, the support, the shares, the Rumble chats, the subscribing, all of it, with big open arms and hugs and loves and all that fun stuff. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a fun time. Like I said, make sure those notifications on because sometimes I'm just gonna hop on there and I don't know, maybe talk to myself if I feel like it, or
Because Gina can't set a date. Meh.
So I am thinking that I'm going to stick to definitely Sunday evenings. Um, It's the end of the weekend. The kids are easier to, wrangle and put to bed to get ready for school the next day. So generally by Sunday night, they're easier to usher downstairs. Although, as you could tell tonight, I had them both beside me, um, asking me different questions during the live.
Melatonin.
But see, the melatonin gives mine really bad nightmares. So,
That happens sometimes. If my
yep.
kids had bad nightmares, I'd be like, you know what? I can't stop melatonin clock from coming. I don't write the rules. I just follow them.
Yeah, we tried for a little bit because after Emma's open heart surgery, she had a really hard time falling asleep afterwards. And we tried the melatonin, and I found that after like the second, third day, the nightmares are intense. And then she's in my bed, and I'd rather not have that.
How much melatonin are you giving them?
Just the little
Like
Zarby ones, whatever
I don't know
the
what that
kids'
is.
dosages. Zarbies,
Kids go
it's one of the brands of kid
the
melatonin
kids
that we
dose
have here.
is like 2.5 milligrams. It's just a tiny
Yeah,
little thing.
yeah. I got the Zarbies gummies ones, but it's fine. We're working on it. She's learning to self-regulate to go to sleep. My middle one, I do set a timer on her phone that it shuts off at a certain time. So I appreciate it, JC. Absolutely. Yeah. I've also melatonin is complete and utter trash. It is not good for you. There actually is a better supplement, and I don't know if kids can take it or not, but it's called ashwagandha, and it is
They can't take
natural.
that.
Why? The kids can't?
I don't
I
think
don't
they
know
can
if
take
kids can.
that.
Yeah, it's another supplement, ashwagandha, that you can look up. Actually, my doctor prescribed it to me because I don't like medications. Most of the medications that I take are vitamin supplements. So I take magnesium glycate. I take fish oil, which has flaxseed and olive oil in it. I take beef liver supplement, multivitamin, vitamin B complex. Yes, Mr. Scott. Melatonin also messes with testosterone production. Valerian root, yes, Cindy K, is another huge, great sleepy time one. Or if you can get, it is a off branch of marijuana. I'm sure Stuck in New York would know more, a lot more than me, but CBN and CBC, which are part of the non-psychoactive part of the plant, is also huge, has huge sleeping benefits and relaxation.
What is this? What is this thing? Did you say ashwagandha?
Yes, something like that.
Some of the benefits are sexual benefits.
Yes. Not like melatonin that sucks all your testosterone out.
Listen, I already have to explain to my young sons why their pee-pee stands in the morning.
Oh, yes. Isn't that a fun one? My son thought, he
Yeah.
was like, "Mom, why won't my tail go down?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
you can talk to your dad on that one. Go ahead.
so I go, well, that's called an erection because it's standing erect. Erect is when something stands up tall like a building. He's like, okay, all right, cool, but why? Like, well, we're getting to that. I was like,
Hey, if you guys
sometimes.
open 2 more windows, I can do 1 more ad read.
Let's see what we got here. While I talk about my young son's erections, you fucking perverts.
That's
I was
part
like,
of the
well,
moms.
I was like, listen. Penises do exercises. And when you wake up, sometimes they're still doing their exercises. It's just a big stretch. Big stretch. That's what your peepee's doing. And he's like, oh, it's just doing exercises. I'm like, yep. And then like the next morning, he's like, "Hey, Dad, look, it's doing exercises." It's like, great. That's fun.
Oh, kids say the darndest things, don't they? I love, if you ever want the truth, talk to a child or a drunk person and you will get the truth.
Talk to an autistic child, and they'll scorch you with the truth.
I was
Last
telling
night,
my daughter the other day how yours, because my little one, who is not on the spectrum, I don't believe, is a very literal child.
I call him the literal boy.
Yes. I'll say certain things. And she'll be like, well, what do you, I'm like, do I literally have to break it down for you? Like step by step? Like step one. Like, come on. Ugh.
Yeah, we literally go through all things literally, and
Yeah.
and so his right now his hair is really really long, right? It's really really long, kind of flowy. It looks like he'd make for one very handsome little emo motherfucker. So it's just and it swoops the way that my wife like brushes it. It swoops down. It covers like an eye, and and then he's got like one side. It goes over his ear like this, and so I was bugging him. I was like, dude, you got really long hair. Like we got to cut that. He's like, no, no, we're never gonna cut it. We're never gonna cut it. I'm like, well, how long is it gonna grow? It's like it's gonna grow down to my toes. I'm like, down to your toes. I'm like, that's pretty long. I'm like, girls have their hair down to their toes. I'm totally doing gender fucking norms and stereotypes with this kid. Anyways, so then I'm like, well, what if somebody thinks that you're a girl? He's like, well, I'm not a girl. I'm like, yeah, but what if they think you're a girl? Then he's like, well, then I'll tell them that I'm a boy. Okay. All right. Based, I guess. I'm like, well, what is a boy? He's like, a boy has a penis. I'm like,
We're there.
okay, that's good. That's that's correct. Are you at the spot for an ad read?
I am. Should we do coffee or
Do it.
5G? There's a few of them. Or positive. Ooh, we're doing the doggy one. Oh, that's only 50 cents though. They're all 50 cents. I better pick one quick though.
You better pick it quick, girl.
I know. We're going to do the paw one. We're going with the dog. Here we go. I want to talk about things that people are afraid to say out loud. I think I picked the wrong one. I picked 5G, by the way, guys. Who is in control of America's nukes? It's not Biden. Meanwhile, we have Russian ships off the coast of Florida and full blown wars in Ukraine and Israel. The world is at its most unstable point since World War II. And with nuclear weapons, the stakes are 10 times higher. How do people like you and I stay safe? Every prepper needs to have RadioGuard Ace, the only FDA approved drug to treat radioactive fallout. Only feds had it until now. Bum, bum, bum. So that's why Rumble partnered with 5G Free, the only company in the world that has a super supply of RadioGuard Ace and the ability to prescribe it prophylactically. Yeah, that's fun to read. Get their radiation emergency kit with RadioGuard Ace, potassium iodine, Zofran, and Geiger counter. There's simply no other tool in your arsenal to protect against a radioactive threat. Go to 5g.com, code STUDIO to save 15% and get your radiation kit now.
Based. Good job.
Boom. Actually, if you go to that one, they actually have a little thing you can put on your phone that's supposed to help the radio frequencies that come off your phone and stuff. And I think they have Faraday bags and like that. So it's actually pretty cool.
So I think you're 3 for 3. You've done your 3 ads.
I did.
That's excellent. That is
Yay.
excellent.
Now
All
I
right,
have to
chat,
remember
she's done
to.
it. We fucking fill her. I never do when they pay me. It's maybe it's fine. I don't know. But chat, we did it. We filibustered this shit. Now she got her ads, her $1.50. So that's exciting.
I
And
got $1.50 and Mr.
and
Scott
then
$1
from Scott, and then from
and Steven.
Steven, that's right. I'm terrible with names. My heavens.
Steven is my very
yeah.
first subscriber monthly.
Yeah, and yes, Leah, I did take my shirt off. Sadly, the advertisement was blocking it, and you couldn't see my rippling muscles. I'm sorry.
I know,
yeah,
exactly,
so
Mr. Scott. Biden is still not president, so he should be removed from that Rumble ad. That Rumble ad should go.
It's right. They need to update them. I get mad whenever I hear Russia's ships are off the coast of Florida. I'm like, they're so fucking not.
No, not anymore.
Exactly. Although, yeah. So, 36. That's a pretty good amount you got now.
37. It's like the later we go, the more we get.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Everyone smash that like button.
Yes, that's right. Hit that like button as if you were Chris Brown driving Rihanna to the Grammys. Beat that like button to within an inch of its life. Beat it with an Ella A. Do it.
Ella, under my umbrella. No, I like the one she does with like Eminem. I like that one.
Yes. Yes. Although Eminem is the leftist idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. That is sad. Yeah. All right, darling. I've hoard myself out. You've talked about you as our friend Brian would say, pull this train to the station.
Choo choo. All right, guys. Again, thanks again for joining the mayhem and crazy that myself and Sean have provided for you tonight. Thank you for making my first live show absolutely amazing and stunning and everything and more I could have ever dreamed of. And I hope you guys all tune in Tuesday evening, either 8 or 9. We're going to go over some fun stuff. And he also knows a lot about crystals and a lot of the prepping stuff. So that's definitely something we can throw in there as well. And I hope and look forward to you guys all being there.
I love you all.
Bye.
Some of you more than others, but you can decide who that is.
Good night, everybody.
You can fight over it. Good night.